Excuse Mr. Radio Exec, but I firmly object. You said the average listener didn't want to hear what the on-air personality had to say. But on the contrary, they all seem to feel my way. You said the average listener only wanted the music. Well, if they only wanted the music, they would go out and buy the music. Your way of thinking is useless, so you just sit back and watch me do me. Anything else? Kicks me.
Yes, sir. So, yo, the illest shit I heard all week, right? I got a homegirl. And we have a mutual friend who recently broke up with her significant other. Now, the boyfriend or the ex-boyfriend in this situation constantly comes up to my homegirl and says, is constantly asking him to talk to her, the ex-girlfriend, of course, talk to her, tell her to be careful what she's doing and whatever, and basically wanting her, my homegirl, to report back to him about what the ex-girlfriend is doing and whatnot, and try to keep her from doing some of these things. So my homegirl is telling me the situation, and she says to me, I can barely keep my pussy closed. How am I supposed to keep hers? I was like, yo, word. Real shit. What up, hookers and gigolos? Your boy Kicks Mean, back at it again. Another episode of Radio Don't Want Me Podcast. Radio Don't Want Me Podcast. Follow me on YouTube at Radio Don't Want Me Podcast. Like, subscribe, comment, ask questions, give me some more shit to talk about. Yeah, that there. Also follow me on Instagram. I'm not that great at social media. I keep telling y'all this, but I'm trying. Yeah. Let's get into the shits. Are y'all aware that Cassie and Diddy broke up recently? I'm telling you this, but I could care less. I'm one of the people who felt like they shouldn't have been together to begin with. Matter of fact, I feel like Cassie had this music career and signed with Diddy and felt like hooking up with him would take her further. All speculations, by the way. All speculations. So she got with him, didn't really like him like that. Her music career didn't take off, so she in turns decided, let me stick it out with him because he's a big name and he can put me in different circles and different opportunities that approach for me. And I never felt like she was into that relationship. So them finally breaking up is like, oh, wow, that took a long time to happen, at least in my eyes. But what the fuck do I know? Quick story, though. I remember a while back, I was accompanying a friend to a studio out here in Miami where Diddy happened to be recording. When we pulled up, I noticed Cassie sitting in a car, a drop top, on her phone. And yeah, so we went about our business. My friend was conducting business. We were in the studio for like, I want to say an hour or two. And when we were leaving, to my surprise, Cassie is still sitting out there in his car. And it was kind of cold out too. So it was weird to me, like, yo. And then if you look into the windows, you could see Diddy running back and forth. I guess he was recording at the studio as well. And I thought to myself, yo, he's a cold dude to have her just sitting out here in the car while he up there for hours on end recording. Is kind of crazy. But, whatever. I just thought that would be interesting to share. Aside from Cassie and Diddy breaking up, T.I. seems to be pissing off the Trumps, specifically Melania Trump. T.I. recently put out a video like promoting his album, of course, Dime Trap, with a Melania Trump lookalike who comes onto the scene wearing that jacket that I guess she offended somebody. I can't remember. She offended some people wearing this jacket a while back. So the lookalike comes onto the scene while T.I. is sitting in the Oval Office at the desk, feet up, being the G that he is. She begins to strip, dance, and yeah. I haven't seen the full video because I believe they took it down from the internet. Can't find it on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere else. So I just seen small clips, but it seemed very interesting. And Melania Trump and her representatives, or the people who represent her, don't like it, and they're making a big fuss over it. And I've even heard that the lookalike has been getting death threats about the whole situation, which is so American of us. You know, we want peace and, you know, help out other places and keep people safe. But the minute somebody says something we don't like or does something that we don't agree with, we got to send them death threats their way. That's the American thing to do. So, yeah, it just seemed interesting to me. Shout outs to her, the lookalike, of course, because she's taking full advantage of the publicity and all the attention and trying to get her shit popping. So, hey, do what you got to do, girl. I'm not mad at you. While we talking about verses, let's keep it hip hop. Did you hear about this alleged Jay-Z and Quavo argument or confrontation? It's behind the scenes of some concert where Jay-Z is approaching Quavo and they're having some conversation, and people were speculating that it was an argument over Beyonce or something like that. But if you watch the video, it really doesn't look like an argument at all. But, you know, hey, sit back and watch the magic. Let's see what happens. Also, who's beefing? Are y'all aware that Lana Del Rey is gangster? Let me say this again. Lana Del Rey is gangster. Yeah, Lana Del Rey, the singer, gangster. Recently, Azalea Banks. No, that's not how I'm supposed to say it. Lana Del Rey commented on Kanye's visiting Trump at the White House. And Azalea Banks, Queen Troll herself, had a few choice words for it. In a nutshell, saying she's privileged and she shouldn't be saying things like this, and she would, you know, black men versus white women. The white woman's always gonna win, and blah blah blah. You know, going on her trolling rant, whatever. Lana Del Rey, being the gangster that she is, tweets back, "I won't not fuck you the fuck up. Period." Lana Del Rey, ladies and gentlemen. Lana Del Rey. Clap it up for her. Clap it up for her. Is it just me, or is anybody else tired of Azalea Banks with her trolling and constantly speaking up on shit that she really probably shouldn't speak about? She should probably worry about her own career and get her shit popping, because you're not popping, ma. Matter of fact, I even got theories about Azalea Banks. I got theories where I don't think Azalea Banks likes being a black woman. I remember hearing her tell stories of her growing up in predominantly Latino areas and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure that takes a psychological effect on you, where if you're one of the few black girls in a predominantly Latina area, and possibly, I'm just assuming that maybe you weren't found to be the most attractive, and you probably didn't get the attention from the boys that you wanted, or couldn't hang out with the girls you wanted because, you know, you probably felt like black wasn't popping for you. That's why if you watch a lot of her antics, she takes a lot of shots at women, particularly black, i.e. Remy Ma, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B to some extent. I'm just saying. This is all a theory, no facts, just all theorizing. And, you know, I think she needs some help. That's just me. Also this week, Joe Budden, the Joe Budden podcast, they put out a great interview with Pusha T. Of course, everybody's aware of Drake's appearance on LeBron James' The Shop, where he said a few things about the whole Pusha T and Drake beef, and how Pusha went too far and there's rules to this thing, and Pusha should be punched in the face and whatnot. So Pusha keeping it all hip hop, goes to the Joe Budden podcast and starts to give his 2 cents on the whole situation. And I'm not going to give you the whole details of this podcast or this interview. I'm going to say go listen to the Joe Budden podcast on Spotify. I really should be getting a check for saying these kind of shit. I shouldn't say these kind of shits without getting a check, but I'm creating content, and this is what I need. Yes, go listen to the Joe Budden podcast on Spotify. Check out that interview with Pusha T. The whole Pusha T interview on Joe Budden podcast had me thinking about something that I've been saying for a long time. And every time I say this shit, people just say, "You hating, dog. Kicks, why you hating, man? Why you just being a hater?" I'm really tired of people pandering for Drake and LeBron. A lot of times I sit back and watch Drake and LeBron do like shit I deem the bullshit, and a lot of people say you're hating. With LeBron, there may be some hate there because honestly, the way he came into the league and the whole stigma about LeBron, I wasn't too happy with. Let me straighten this one out straight. First of all, I don't know these guys personally, so everything I'm saying it's more from a certain aspect. For LeBron, it's more on the court, everything basketball related. Not so much as LeBron the person, just basketball related. So I'm not a fan of LeBron because I feel like, and this may not be his fault, it just may be the way it was presented to be. Before LeBron got in the league, he was dubbed King, the chosen one, already being compared to Michael Jordan. And at this point in time, Kobe was still in the league, dominating. So now you got this high school kid who hasn't played a game in the NBA yet, and you guys are dubbing him King and the chosen one, and comparing him to the GOAT, Michael Jordan, before he even does anything on the NBA level. And that just left a bad taste in my mouth for LeBron, along with the fact that, he seems to have been afforded all the luxuries where he got to play for his home team, got a great Nike contract, and, and when he does bullshit like decides we're not winning this game, so I don't want to play, people pander up to him like, what is any other player? I watch people criticize the fuck out of AI for trying to carry his team to victory, and people call him a ball hog, when fact of the matter is AI didn't have much help on those teams. And then that's the argument. Whenever LeBron seems to pull the same shit, people say, well, there's nobody else on the team. Just listen, fam. Stop pandering for him. Just keep it a buck. I don't like the fact that, he decided to leave Cleveland and then go back. I don't like that. Came out wrong. Take that back. I don't like the fact that when you go back to Cleveland and Kyrie is doing his thing, now Kyrie has to take second seat to LeBron. I've watched playoff games where Kyrie sees his team down and he goes off on a tear where he is making things happen to get them back in. There's games that Kyrie has won for Cleveland, and I sit back and watch reporters, fans, and everybody give all the credit in the world to LeBron James. So when Kyrie finally asked for a trade, I was like, about time. On the sense of LeBron being compared to Jordan, listen, LeBron is a great player. I won't take that from him. He's a great guy. I won't take that from him either. For him to open up a school is a great accomplishment. Again, my issue with him is more on the basketball court, not as a person. The same way for Jordan. I like Jordan on the court. I can care less for Jordan off the court. I've heard he's an asshole. If it's true, I don't care. I don't want to run into Jordan. But on the basketball court, I want to run into Jordan. On the basketball court, I still want to run into LeBron, but I just want to talk some shit. But off court, I think he's a great guy. To be compared to Jordan, it's like LeBron's good, but he's not doing it like Jordan did it. He's been in the league longer than Jordan, so you guys are gonna give him all. He's gonna make all the stats to surpass Jordan. On paper, he's gonna look better than Jordan. Watching the games, he does not look better than Jordan. So now LeBron goes to the Lakers, and everybody's super Laker fans. Oh, by the way, can you give Jordan credit for what he's done with the Bulls brand or for the Bulls brand? I've seen people who aren't Chicago Bulls fans wear Bulls merchandise just because it's more fashion. It's not about the team. It's fashion. Due to Jordan. LeBron has not done that for Cleveland. I don't care what nobody says. Y'all not rocking Cleveland's gear without LeBron James' name on it. You're gonna rock some bullshit without Jordan's name on it, because that's how much of an impact Jordan had for the league and for the Chicago Bulls. Now there's Drake. When are y'all gonna admit that the last 3 albums Drake gave y'all are duds? They're not great. They're not good. They're barely passing mediocre. I want to say within the last 3 albums he gave you, you have about maybe 60 some odd songs. I could be wrong. About 60 some odd songs. Within them 60 some odd songs, you probably have 10 songs that y'all really like and a few songs that y'all barely like, but you're going to push it because he's Drake and you don't want to feel like you're being left out on the Drake wave, so you don't want to come across as a hater and say, listen, that one didn't work for me. Views was a boring album. More Life was a boring playlist, quote unquote. Matter of fact, for me, More Life was so boring that it made Views sound that much better. Scorpion is a long list of nothings for me. But because you guys pander for Drake so much, you don't want to turn around and admit it and you treat him like he's the greatest thing in the world. It's okay to say, listen, that wasn't it, fam. I'm still waiting for that rocker. I'm still riding with you. And this is not me saying I'm not a Drake fan. This is just me saying I'm a fan of the music, and I feel like the music ain't there. I'm a big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. I know in the last couple of years what they have put out have not been that great. I can admit that. Can we just admit that Drake's shit is kind of falling off? Matter of fact, Drake is the only rapper I feel like I can pinpoint when I stopped liking his music the way I did. When he did that goddamn verse on Fetty Wap's, what's that song, My Way? Where the beat starts doing all this extra shit and he just goes off. That verse was cringeworthy to me. I hate it. So now we get into this beef with Pusha T, and Drake says there's rules to this fucking thing. The whole rap beef thing, and we shouldn't talk about certain things and whatnot. I'm from the era where any and everything around you can be used against you. I'm from the era where if we can find facts on you, we're going to drop facts on you. And if not, we're going to make speculations and let the people ponder on it. Why can't Drake just admit, yo, Push got me. I wasn't ready for it. I'm gonna even argue the fact that Drake Drake picks who he wants to lyrically go against head up. Because we know for years Drake has been subliminally going at Push, and Push has been, subliminally, not so much subliminally, going at Drake. I think Drake really doesn't want to get into a lyrical warfare because, again, I don't think Drake's that lyrical like you guys give him that credit to. Remember that a few weeks ago I told you guys I believe Wale is a way better lyricist than Drake is. So now you got Drake against Pusha. Remember Drake against Meek? For everybody who said that Meek was from that battle rap era, let's rewind and remember this. There's two different types of battle rap. There's one where you go against your opponent and you talk shit back to back, and whoever can embarrass who the most, that's your winner. And then there's the world where, if you remember when T.I. was judging a battle between Lil Snoop and one of Deshaun Jackson's rappers, where Little Snoop gave you hard verses, more of a reality rap hard verses, and the other guy was doing the battle shit. And because his verses, Lil Snoop's verses sounded better and he was talking that real shit, people gave him the victory. That's a different form of battle rapping. That's basically what we do when we listen to songs every day. Like when we hear Eminem and Jay-Z on a song, we say, who got the better verse? That's what that was. That's where Meek Mills comes from. Who has the better verse? As far as battle rapping, he's not the guy to go bar for bar with somebody. Drake knew that. He took full advantage of it. You got a guy like Joe Budden who is known to get busy, especially when it comes to dissing cats. If you think for a second that Drake didn't entertain that because he felt that was beneath him, or whatever other reason outside of the fact that he knew he was not going to win that one, if you felt for any other reason that Drake didn't get involved in that, outside of the reason that he knew he wasn't going to win that one, you are sadly mistaken. So now we get to Pusha T. Pusha T, who we know a lot of people say all he raps about is drugs and whatnot. I say keep it going, because ain't nobody rapping better about drugs than Pusha T right now. For a while now. You get Drake, who probably felt like, Pusha T's he's credited as a rapper. I don't think Pusha can battle like that because he mostly raps about drugs. I don't think he can battle like that. So this may be a good look for me. And he engages in that battle with Pusha. Then Pusha drops the classic, well, not the classic, but he drops the vicious story of Adidan and proves Drake, oh yeah, I can really do this. All that other shit was play. I can really do this. Drake heard that and said, nah, you know what? I don't want no parts of that. And the whole him talking about breaking up my son, or talking about 40 and his MS as a cop-out, or even saying Jay Prince said not to engage in this thing, that's a cop-out. Drake knew he wasn't going to come out on top of that battle. So he chose not to get involved the same way he did with Joe Budden. But the world panders for Drake and makes it seem like he's the victim in all this shit. Listen, when Drake did his Duppy, what is it called? Duppy, right? His whole Duppy diss song towards Pusha, and he mentions Pusha's wife name. Do you think he said that just for the ring, that just to say put a ring on it? Again, this is the guy who is known for smashing a lot of women. So when he says a woman's name on the track, i.e. Kim K, whatever, people automatically go to the speculation of, oh, he smashed. So if you don't think he put that name in that verse or that diss just to put speculation out there that, hey, there may be some personal shit going on, and that's why I'm gonna throw her name in there. That's what that was about. So when you say there's rules and you're going low, that would be a low blow for the average rap fan, or not the average rap fan, but the occasional listener or Drake stan. You guys would overlook that because you're gonna see your guy as the victim. I ain't overlooking it. So when you got Pusha T going full body and saying disrespectful shit, that's hip hop. That's battling. You gotta let that rock, baby. You gotta eat that. Drake saying, I wrote the diss song. I don't doubt he wrote a diss song. But I think he thought about it and said, I'm not prepared to go back and forth with this one. And he copped out. I say all that to say y'all pander for Drake and LeBron a lot. I really wish y'all would stop and just call them out on their bullshit, but that's probably never gonna happen. So it is what it is. I feel like I went far. I spoke long enough and went far enough on my topic, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Words of wisdom to you. I have none. Your boy kicks me and I'm out.